Hello, one and all. Myself Ruchi Kaushik, Assistant Professor, School of Law, Lingyas Vidyapeeth. Today I am going to start the topic divorce, which is related to section number 13, Hindu Marriage Act 1955, in which section number 13 deals with the procedure of divorce. And what are the grounds of divorce? Additional grounds of divorce. Next point is judicial separation versus divorce, procedure for filing a divorce, role of role of family courts, impact of children's, and what are the procedure for alimony and maintenance. And when we talk about recent amendments and changes, and finally we will explain the conclusion, what are the impacts of children of divorce. So when we talk about divorce, divorce is also known as dissolution of marriage, which is the process of termination of marriage or mutual union. Divorce usually entails the cancelling and recognizing of the legal duties and responsibilities of a marriage, so dissolving the bond of matrimonial between a married couple under the rule of law of the particular country or state. It can be said to be a legal dissolution of a marriage by a court or other competent body. It is the process of law of ending by the court with the help of the court. Divorce laws vary considerably around the world, but in most countries, divorce is a legal process that requires the sanction of a court or any other authority, which may involve issues of distribution of property, child custody, alimony, child access, parenting, time, and child support, and division of the debts. In most countries, monogamy is required by law, so divorce allows each former partner to marry another person. But when we talk about in India, section 13 in Hindu marriage law, whether before or after the commencement of this act, may on a petition presented by either by the husband or the wife be dissolved by a decree of divorce on the ground that the other parties. Now I am explaining the grounds of divorce which are inculcated in section 13 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955. When we talk about first ground, which is related to voluntarily sexual intercourse with any person other than his or her spouse. And when we talk about second point, after the solemnization of marriage, treated the petitioner with cruelty. The second ground is cruelty. When we talk about third point, has deserted the petitioner for a continuous period of not less than 2 years immediately preceding the presentation of the petition. Has, and the next point is, ceased to be a Hindu by conversion to any other religion. When we talk about conversion, if he forced his spouse to convert the religion or he didn't want to convert himself or herself, he can seek the divorce, he or she. Next point is, has been incurably or unsound mind or has been suffering continuously from mental disorder of a such kind and to such an extent that the petitioner cannot reasonably be expected to live with the respondent. In this topic, I just want to explain that if a person is having any kind of mental disorder, either party, whether he or she can seek the divorce from the help of court. If we talk about explanation of section 13, the expression mental disorder means illness, arrested or incomplete development of mind, psychopathic disorder or any other disorder or disability of mind. And the second one is expression of psychopathic disorder means a persistent disorder or disability of mind, whether or not including subnormality or intelligence, which results the abnormality, aggressive or serious, irresponsible conduct on the part of the other party. And whether or not it requires or susceptible to medical treatment. When we talk about suffering of venereal diseases or communicable, any kind of communicable diseases, has renounced the word by entering any other religion, I mean conversion. If either party convert himself or herself in any other religion, then the other party can seek divorce with the proceeding of court. When we talk about being alive for a period of 7 years or more by those person who would naturally have heard of it had that other party have been alive, if he has no information about their life. When we talk about expression desertion, means desertion of the petitioner by the other party to marriage without any reasonable cause and without the consent or against the wish of such party, and includes the willful neglect of the petitioner by other party to the marriage, and its grammatical variations and cognate expression shall be construed accordingly. If either party, male or female, wants to live separately for the time period of 2 years, then this is the ground of divorce. Either party to a marriage, whether solemnized before or after the commencement of this act, may also present a petition for dissolution of marriage by a decree of divorce on the ground. These are the grounds for divorce. When we talk about conjugal rights, which is that there has been no resumption of cohabitation as between the parties to the marriage for a period of 1 year or upwards after the passing of decree for judicial separation in a proceeding to which they were parties. If decree passed by the court and there is no marital relationship between the parties, then it is the ground of divorce. And when we talk about restitution of conjugal rights as between the parties to the marriage for a period of 1 year or upwards after the passing of a decree for restitution of conjugal rights in a proceeding to which they were parties. A wife may also present a petition for the dissolution of marriage, and she can seek the divorce with the help of court. In the case of marriage solemnized before the commencement of this act, that the husband had married again before such commencement, or that any other wife of the husband married before such commencement was alive at the time of solemnization of marriage of the petitioner, provided that in either case the other wife is alive at the time of presentation of the petition. When we talk about if the husband has, since the solemnization of marriage, been guilty of rape, sodomy and bestiality. And next point is, if we talk about section number 18, which is related to Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956, a decree or order, as the case may be, has been passed against the husband awarding maintenance to the wife, notwithstanding that she was living apart, and since the passing of such decree or order, cohabitation between the parties has not been resumed for 1 year or upwards. When we talk about marriage laws, Amendment Bill 2010 incorporated another ground for seeking divorce, namely the irrevocable breakdown of marriage under the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 and the Special Marriage Act 1954. As the term suggests, it leads a situation whereby either or both the parties to marriage find it impossible to peaceful cohabitation with each other due to personality clashes, differences in opinion, and have lived separately from each other for a period of not longer than too eager to further carry on their marital relationship. Then they can dissolve their marriage with the help of court. When we talk about mutual consent, divorce by mutual consent, divorce by mutual consent is the fastest way of getting a divorce in India. A petition seeking divorce has to be filed in the court by the married couple. Both parties are agreed on the same points on the grounds that both husband and wife have been living individually for a time frame of 1 year or more, thereby falling to fulfill their matrimonial obligations and wanting to dissolve their marriage. A reasonable amount of time between which is 6 to 18 months is given to the married couple then for reconsidering their decision for seeking the divorce and withdrawal from this relationship or from the petition. However, if the petition is not withdrawn during this time period, the court, after having been fully satisfied with the amendments made in the plaint and after having heard both the parties, would grant a degree of divorce. What are the procedure for filing a divorce? When we talk about procedure of divorce, every petition for divorce should be filed in district court within the jurisdiction in which the marriage was performed as per Hindu marriage ceremony or rituals. And the second point is both the parties married dwelled, वहाँ रहते हों. Third point is where the petitioner is residing at the time of presentation of the petition in case the other party is residing outside the territories of which the act extend or has not been heard or as being alive for a period of 7 years or more. If we talk about judicial separation, then I am adding 2 or 3 cases in which Joseph Sain versus Union of India, which is leading case of judicial separation. When we talk about judicial interpretations, I have added 2 or 3 cases in the topic of divorce in which Joseph Sain versus Union of India, which is a leading case of Supreme Court in 2018. This is a landmark decision. The Supreme Court determined adultery under the Indian Penal Code for section number 497, which recognizing it is a private matter between consenting adults. However, the judgment reformed adultery as a valid ground for divorce under the matrimonial laws, noting its significant impact on the sanctity of marriage. This is not a... When we talk about cruelty, types of cruelty, this is the basic ground of divorce. There are a lot of meaning of cruelty. If we talk about physical cruelty, mental cruelty, financial cruelty, there are many more forms in divorce. If we talk about physical cruelty, which involves acts of violence, threats or intentional harms, for example, include physical assault, withholding essential needs, or inflicting injuries to their partner. Such acts directly threaten the physical safety and well-being of the aggrieved party. And the second is mental cruelty. It's a broader involving conduct that causes emotional and psychological distress. Common examples include verbal abuse or public humiliation. Second is false allegations of identity and immoral behavior, persistent negligence or emotional influence, denying the paternity of children or making any kind of assumptions. This form of cruelty recognizes the profound impact of non-physical harm on an individual's mental health and dignity. Desertion. When we talk about desertion, is the part of divorce and it's a willful abandonment of the one spouse by the order without any reasonable cause, consent or justification. The abandonment must persist for at least 2 continuous years immediately preceding the filing of divorce petition. Unlike mutual separation, desertion is unilateral and signifies the abandoning spouse intent to renounce marital obligations. There are two key elements of desertion. First is factum descendendi, second is animus descendendi. Factus, if we talk about factum descendendi, this refers to actual separation, whether physical or emotional, where one spouse leaves the marital home or withdraws from the marital relationship. When we talk about animus, this is related to intention to permanently abandon. Marital obligation must be present. It is not merely a temporary act separation but reflects a deliberately and enduring decision to terminate the relationship of marital obligations. Conversion is also the ground. Legal significance of conversion under the provision of Section 13, if a non-Hindu religion such as Christianity or Islam, it does not apply to conversion within the ambit of Hinduism, such as to Jainism, Buddhism and Sikhism, as these are recognized as part of the broader Hindu fold under this act. Leprosy is also the ground of divorce, but now at present it is amended. In 2019, the Personal Law Amendment Bill removed leprosy as a ground of divorce. This legislative change was driven by efforts to eliminating discrimination and align personal laws with modern medical advancement and human rights principles. Leprosy, being a curable disease with early treatment, is no longer seen as a valid reason to dissolve a marriage. Presumption of death, which is the ground of divorce, it means a spouse who has not been heard from at least 7 years by individual who would naturally know of their whereabouts is presumed dead. This legal presumption enables the surviving spouse to dissolve the marriage and move forward with their life. If a person extends from last 7 years and there is no information about him or her, then this is the presumption of law that he is not alive. And law can grant the other spouse to move on in their life. This is the key provision. Now we are talking about alternate relief of divorce proceedings. Section 13A empowers courts to grant a decree of judicial separation instead of provision reflects the law's intention to preserve the marital bond between possible. Courts may invoke the desertion and discretion of during the proceedings of divorce, allowing the couple an opportunity to re-access their relationship. Judicial separation, often a formal acknowledgement of marital discord without serving the marriage entirely, so providing a legal mechanism to encourage reconciliation. When we talk about certain grounds of conversion, renunciation of word, presumed death, and expectations where judicial separation cannot be substituted for divorce, this limitation recognizes that some grounds reflect irreparable breakdowns, leaving no scope for reconciliation. Hindu Marriage Act 1955 is a codified law which is applicable on Hindus, and the aim of this act or this law to regulate marriage, divorce and related issues among the Hindus. It applies to Hindus, Buddhists, Jains and Sikhs in India, and we talk about this act covers marriage, divorce, maintenance and custody of children. Section 13 is a crucial part of this act and outline the grounds for divorce of this act. So now I am compiling the topic. Now I am concluding my session or my class with the conclusion, which is define the grounds of divorce, which are at present 8. One, which is ninth ground at present repealed by the legislation. First ground is adultery. Second is cruelty, which is mentioned in section subclause 1 or clause A. Third is desertion, which is defined in clause 1 subclause B. When we talk about conversion, which is defined in section number 2 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955. Now I am going to conclude my session, divorce, which is related to section number 13 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955. If we talk about grounds, there are 8 grounds in Hindu Marriage Act 1955, and the first one is adultery, second is cruelty, third is desertion, and fourth is conversion, fifth is unsoundness of mind, and when we talk about sixth one is venereal diseases, then renunciation and missing of 7 years. Now this is it for today. This is the topic of divorce, which is related to section number 13. For next section or session, we will meet again. Thank you.